Dameshek here. The first NFL Sunday's in the book, so let's get right to it. Just remember, players and coaches, don't get angry at me if I call your name. Ultimately, I didn't do this to you. You did this to you. Let it begin! And we'll start it off with physical domination. Yeah, I know that's what pro football is all about, and I'm happy to have Marshawn Lynch back in.
Yeah.
But Marshawn Lynch, you're taking it a little too far with Jarrell Casey. This is a 300-plus sized man. How's he supposed to go back into the locker room after you do this to him?
Yeah,
look
he's
at
pulling
this.
on. He's pulling on.
Not nice, Marshawn. Not nice at all. Hey, Taylor, tell him why.
That's somebody's child.
That's right.
Yeah, what Beast Mode just did, he did that to somebody's child.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
Stay warmed up there, Ike. I got another one for you. Steelers rising star Javon Hargrave goes into Cleveland and did this to poor J.C. Tretter, the Brown center. Now, look, he could have just went around him and left Tretter with a little bit of dignity. Instead, he treats him like an empty shopping cart. He pushes him right back into Deshaun Kaiser there. Not nice, Javon. How in the world are Kaiser and Tretter going to develop the bond if you keep humiliating the center in that way? Tell them why, Ike Taylor.
Hey, we call that walking the dog. He just walked the dog. A grown man. Now, that's somebody's sister.
You see? Think about it next time, Javon Hargrave. At number 3, a spectacular physical feat by one Adoree Jackson, the USC rookie. Coming off the kick return here by Giorgio Tavecchio. Watch this here, everybody. Mamma mia, he just jumped right over the kicker there. Take a look at it again. Tavecchio, it's worth pointing out, 5'10". Now, you see how close he comes to hitting Tavecchio, landing into Tavecchio there? Important note here. Important note. Sebastian Janikowski, the usual Raiders kicker, is 6'1". Tavecchio, 5'10". Janikowski, 6'1". Do you see what I'm getting at there?
Protect yourself.
Your future children owe their existence to Tavecchio only being 5'10". You see? You're flying a little too close to the sun or maybe a little too close to the ground. Either way, Adoree Jackson, you might want to rethink doing that in the future.
Protect yourself.
At number 2, I think a few teams were a little confused by the start date of the 2017 season. How else to explain this? Justin Burris starts it off right. Then all of a sudden, Marcus May decides to do his best impression of that Jets butt that once sacked Mark Sanchez. Take a look there. Jets, mid-season form. Yikes. Sorry, Todd Bowles. Next up here in Los Angeles, the Colts at quarterback started Scott Tolzien. What's interesting about this, they did that on purpose. It's a weird move, and you see the pick 6 there. 2020 hindsight, Tolzien reliving it, and what's he do in response to it?
Did it again?
He does it again. Proving, at least, I feel bad for Tolzien, that consistency in and of itself is not always necessarily a good thing. That brings me to number 1 in this week's Brown Paper Bag of Shame, which goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. Yes, you shocked the world this side of Maurice Jones-Drew, who is the only human being I know of who called this one. That being said, and one nice little fringe benefit of what happened in Foxborough, sorry, Willie McGinnis, look at all the fans. This is a delightful sight as far as I'm concerned. Fans in festive hats looking sad. There's nothing funnier to me than that. Look at this guy. Revolutionary, don't you think? Now, the bigger point is this. The Chiefs, 42 points, very impressive against the world champions. But do you remember the last time the Chiefs did this to the Patriots? Belichick took it to Cincinnati, then the Patriots went to another Lombardi trophy. Don't you see what this means? Do you know that the Patriots are now going to be mad? Do you know who they're going to take it out on? All the other 30 teams in the NFL. So live it up, Chiefs. Enjoy your 42 points. So selfish. And speaking of festive hats, I've got quite the opposite for you here. This is an unfestive one. It's the Brown Paper Bag of Shame. Wear it well, Alex Smith. Big show off. Till next time, try not to embarrass yourselves.